Hello and welcome to the final session of Candle Green. I'm in a lovely green area, and what better way to communicate with you with all greenery around us and a book that really represents a lot of hope, a lot of dreams. And today I start with my theme on goal setting, theme number J, and that is on result orientation. My skill tag is self awareness because your results are in your hand, and the SDG goals are 4 and 8. By now you have aware that how do you teach a class, the skill tags, why do you tell a child. It's important sometimes to inform them because a lot of information is around, we don't know which one to pick up. If you know the acronym SMART, SMART, that's R I'm using in goal setting theme right now, that anything you do, focus on the result. Avoid the activity trap. It's like, are you being busy or are you being productive? Sometimes we are busy, we are doing a lot of things. It's something like to do spending time on Facebook or social media, and you are busy. 1 hour goes away and you realize you actually did not achieve anything. Perhaps reading a book or even watching something valuable is more important than just idly spending time. For that matter, I must inform, I'm not someone averse to social media. I use a lot of Facebook and LinkedIn. Facebook for my social connection, LinkedIn for my career and professional connections. And I have a dedicated time when I spend time on that. Perhaps a lot of you got connected with me or your schools got connected with me, maybe for one of the posting on either the Golden Sparrow work I'm doing, the workshops I've done on Bloom's taxonomy or multiple intelligence. The focus is very important. What are you want to achieve? So let's take up the result part a little. How do you achieve result orientation in a goal setting? Number one, write down your goals. Nothing more importantly than writing your goal down. Ask your students what your goals are, and then simply ask them, have you written it down? A goal that is not written down is simply a wish. We don't want wishes. We don't want to make sand castles. We want to make foundations to the sand castles, and they will be great. Then keep your goals with you. Maybe write it down on a wallet, on a clipboard, on a computer, a screensaver. I do an activity where I tell them to, let's say your goal is to travel internationally, yeah, or go to the best college. Can you download the picture of that college and put it on the screensaver? It makes a big difference. Visualizing your goal is very important. And list few reasons, one reason at least, why do you want to get a goal? Let's say your goal is to buy a car. Why do you want to buy a car? Is it to impress your friends? Not a very lofty ambition. Is it to take you from A place to B place in more comfortable, faster way? Wonderful. Or even better, the car will increase your productivity so that you become better. Maybe writing skills become better because you are thinking well in a car. Anything that makes you achieve your goals is very important. So let's go back to the SMART goals. S stands for specific, something which is clear why you want to do something. M, measurable. So, have the goal been achieved after a certain period of time? Is it meaningful? Is it motivational? I've given more S's and meanings into it. Is the goal agreed upon, achievable, acceptable? Are realistic, relevant, reasonable, rewarding, and finally time bound or time based or tangible? Can you understand a goal or track the goal? A lot of time we don't have these synonyms for these words. So please show them, ask them to write. A lot of times you can make it fun. You can ask them to add one more, letter with these words that starts with these letters. Any word that you can add on. The idea is, as I always say, the book's success is based on your interaction with your students. All right, what's the bullseye? Look at the bullseye. Why is the bullseye called the bullseye? Have you looked at the bullseye, by the way? And why is red always used for bullseye? When you can talk about the colors, the significance, and a scientific shift, there is something called red shift. So, there is a very clear indication in the scientific world if a star is coming closer to you or going further for you. And red has the highest wavelength, the highest frequency. And if there's a red shift, the car is coming, the star is coming closer to you. Check your facts if I've done the vice versa, if the opposite is true, and let me know, I'll correct myself. But it's great. A lot of things can go in. My simple exercise in this also would be to make a a dashboard, an archery board with the different colors, the points you want to give. It's just fun. Let them do it. You can play darts in your classes if you would love to, but the fun is making them make the dashboard, making them make that bullseye, and let's see if you can change the color. I've got a case study for you in this, where if there are 50 points to each ring, start giving them points. Jack, let's say someone else, has got 350-point lead over Thomas. More like a maths question out there. Thomas have 4 more shots. How does Thomas do better in the shots? Expecting that you don't hit bullseye every time, you only can hit one bullseye. So in the 4th shot, Thomas can hit one bullseye. Do your calculation, do a little fun. Don't get worried about these. It's not a maths problem, it's an analytical problem. A lot of us have, this challenge with maths. Oh, maths, oh, I'm not going to do it. Please look at maths as an everyday life. So you can have some fun. You can give them points. Okay, I give you 10 shots and I want you to score 1,000 points. And as simple as that, 100 for the middle goal, the bullseye. So you got 10 into 100 and you got 1,000. How about saying you can only have bullseye once or twice? Make it 200 points with 3 shots. Try to have different combination, and you are a coach to guide Thomas. Let's be the coach and make sure we are result oriented. A lovely activity on this self-awareness, which is bordering on creativity, is the brain hemisphere. You see, you have 2 hemispheres of the brain, the left and the right. And this is an exercise I do in my workshop. I'll ask you to do. Put your hands together like that. And as you put your hands together that way, right, what I want you to do is clasp your hand. When you clap, see which thumb is above which thumb. Well, in my case, if you see the opposite one, well, this is the right hand. So my left thumb was above the right thumb. And you can decide about yourself. Do this game with your kids. It's fun. It is said that this hand controls this part of the brain. So the ones whose left thumb was, above the right one, their right hemisphere is more active. And right hemisphere, if you look here also, it's an opposite image. It's more colorful, more creative, more storytelling. You are the creative people. If this thumb, the right thumb was above the left one, this means the left hemisphere is more active, and that means you are the analytical, the one who are very good in calculation, even manipulation. So people who are into accounts and engineering are those. And it is the difference between creative thinking and critical thinking. Well, if you have got no thumb above no thumb, please don't worry. They have not done research on gorillas yet. It's fun. It's a little exercise you can do with your kids. And the last page of goal setting result theme is I've given you a possible things that can be critical thinking or creative thinking, CT or CR. Put it down as there are no right and wrong answers. Debate, discuss, argue, and put them down and let me know what you thought about it. For sure, the color red should be in creative thinking, but why not in critical thinking? Red blood, as in, or maths has to be critical thinking. It's fun. Do that. It'll be a lot of exercise, a lot of fun. But the idea is the neurons will fire and they'll have great time. Next, my next theme is on the topic of health and society, and it is called making choices. The greatest power that a person possesses is the power to choose, says Martin Cohe. And well, this is a problem solving theme, and the problem solving is required in every sphere of SDG goal. I have taken goal number 9 and 10 to say, what do we do? Right from which bus to sit, what to do after work, oh, what to do, what to watch on Netflix is a problem that we don't have a choice with. So what a good choice? Good choice is a simple process of eliminating bad ones. And sometimes when you don't have a good choice, I've seen people go on YouTube and they don't know what to do, what to watch, and it leads to confusion, despair, stress. Do they have a problem? We are confronted with a lot of choices. In earlier book I spoke about, we make consciously 35,000 decisions in a day. What to eat, what to make for breakfast. My wife has a problem with that. Ask the student what choices do have. And the best way to do any game, any exercise, any theory is with this practical games. So in K3, I've given a case study of choices you make. My case 1 is you are with a group of friends, you decide to bunk your tuition class or your coaching class to go for movies. Good choice or bad choice? By the way, what movie? Is the movie worth bunking a class and going for it? You can have a lot of discussions and you will get to know the students very well. Case study 2, little higher one, is when students are asked to do drinking, or you can change it to say driving without your father's license, or using the credit card or the mobile phone. And sometimes these are very sensitive topics, but trust me, these are the conversations we must be having with our children. So don't be uncomfortable discussing a topic like that. Change your topic if you think they are not ready at this point, but have a little difficult part of it. It could be choice of entering somebody's house like the Goldilocks did without permission. And what do you think about it? When you make a choice, this is another activity I've given you, and very interesting one is the Toyota's 5 why issue. Very interesting conversation by Sakichi Toyoda, who said anytime nothing, there's a problem, ask the 5 why and you'll have a solution to it. The choice. For example, in this I say you're driving your vehicle, your car, and suddenly your Honda Civic will not start. So what's the choice you got? Number one, why is the battery dead? First why. Second why, the alternator is not working, the belt is broken, and like that you push yourself to why and why and why, and you will get to the root cause of the problem. Create five situations where I have to buy a new mobile phone. Why? Five why. Or I want to go to a party and stay late at night. Why? And really, choices are based on your right answers to those whys. One activity, final one, is a choice as a classroom assessment for the formative part that, okay, remember which one would you choose to do and which one would you not to do. It's a class assessment and what would you love to do. This will also tell you what goes in a child's mind. So example, you want to create a slideshow to represent some important chapters or a newspaper article or do a drama, invite experts to the class, fill the walls with essential questions around. The content should be into an experiment. The idea is you are allowing a child to make a choice. I was speaking to a very good teacher of mine, Monica ma'am, and we discussed that how children have developed exam phobias. Perhaps we are guilty where we are not giving choices to them. Why not allow one exam a year based on collaboration? One exam based on open book or Google searches. You can do hot questions. I did a Bloom's taxonomy. Ask a question that Google can't answer. But that's the choice we make. Are we going to make our children the 21st century learners, 21C I keep calling, and that's the purpose of Candlebook. Right, the last one is an activity called OAR. What is OAR? OAR essentially is O for objective, A for alternatives, and R for risk. So when you are making a choice, what's your OAR? So let's say I want to apply either going abroad or study in Indian higher institutions. What's the objective? Why do I want to go abroad? Why do I want to study in India? A, alternatives. What are the alternatives? Could it be anything? Risk. Is it finances? Is it staying away from home? It's the culture. Is it the racism abroad? And you will get a lovely answer. One of them is buying a mobile phone, an expensive one, maybe an iPhone, or perhaps buying a laptop, which is so necessary in today's time. I keep telling people join hub schooling and actually save money and buy a laptop, but it's more like a necessity today, like how refrigerators have become, or air conditions have become, not only a luxury. You can debate and discuss. It's a choice we are making, and I hope you enjoy your choices. L and M, two more themes left in our book, and I'll run through both the themes for you to understand. Theme L is health and society. Well, the decision making is the skill tag, and of course, when I talk about careers, it's goal number 8 and goal number 9. Careers are something that are so many. The very picture here, let them decode what careers you are. I can only think of a firefighter, a civil engineer, or a Navy admiral, or a pilot, or a chef. What are the other careers? They have interlapped, isn't it? What career am I? Am I an educator or an entrepreneur or an entertainer? Sometimes when I do quizzes, I think I'm a combination of all the three. What are the cool careers to choose from? Too much of text you can read, there's enough you can converse on, but today the careers have changed. Today the world has changed. Careers that did not exist 10 years back are existing today. Oh, we are talking about bitcoins, cryptocurrencies, data analytics, AI, so much into it. And careers that existed earlier may not happen now. In 10 years from now, I don't think we'll have drivers anymore, isn't it? Or what about delivery boys when drones come in? So simply, L3 is about cool jobs to be in. Ask them if they had to be one of the careers, or at least list 5 of the 11 one, which one would they be and why? A lot of conversation around what's a Lego master model builder. Trust me, just by doing things you enjoy, today you can make a lot of money. Disney face character? Oh, trust me, the Avengers heroes are far popular. Designing a comic strip, travel bloggers, toy designer. IKEA needs people for you interior skills. And I was talking to them. Don't always go for the regular choice of subjects. There are so many subjects. Professional storytellers. Today, I know someone from IIM Ahmedabad, and he's been a brilliant storyteller. He calls himself data storyteller. Companies call him to tell story based on data, and they analyze it. So many careers we talk about. L4, very simple. How about talking about a specific niche industry, automobile engineering? What about Uber, Ola, or something new in your country? The app-based taxis have all the comfort of a premium ride, but very economical. When I had a very important guest driving down and I had to book an Uber, for the first time, we booked a Uber Mercedes. And I was like, wow, you don't have to have a Mercedes. You can have a Uber Mercedes because they had it. Today, we have apps like Zoom Car, DriveZ, you have Reva cars on subscription model. Speak about the automobile industry. If you're an automobile person, you can speak much more about it. Which countries are doing wonderful? What happened to the automobile revolution? Are Tesla cars the new normal? Will you see a new normal car? Yuval Harari gave a very interesting example based on AI, and I'll give you as a case study. He said, if your car is driving you, and by default, these automated cars are here to protect you. Let's say there's a small, there are two schoolgirls crossing the road, and your car is going through. The car has a choice to crush them because they are wrong, they have broken the signal, or crush the car, which might end up leading to your death or very serious damage. What will the car do? The car's automatic AI is always to protect you. But in this case, would you kill somebody to protect you, or remotely possible, or that you being dying? So this is a model called altruistic model or selfish model. Selfish model is, will you save the owner? Altruistic model is, will you be generous and save the two schoolgirls? Discuss this is a lot of wonderful things. You can discuss photography careers or book publishing careers. Today, Amazon Kindle can, anybody can become an author and publish your own book, and probably at least you can sell two books to your father and mother. But I'm sure you're great authors. Budding inside you, careers have changed. So this is an entire area on career. And finally, I ask you a beautiful question on career is, are you the CEO? Is that a Believer's song? That I am my own CEO? So you are the CEO. How do you prepare your resume? In my orange book, I've got a resume of Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg and Shirley Sandberg. So you can take any of the CEOs, make your own CEO. If it says Google is the new resume, what does it mean? Try Google searching your name, and it'll bring up everything associated with you, your posts, your blogs, any news that you come through, and it'll be interesting. So we can do a lot of it on careers. A lot of conversation can come into it. It'll be fun talking the same way. Fair enough. My final exercise in M, and I'm sorry if it exceeds, but you have to supposed to watch it 5 minutes and not as a full course here, is a community service. I always want to end up these books with something done on a bigger, larger scale. And here I'm teaching students critical thinking skill on crowdfunding. Today, you don't need to do fundraisers when you can actually go on platforms where you can raise funds if the project is closer. For example, there is a project about pets. Maybe I'll be investing the money into it. Somebody may invest a project about rehabilitation of people who are homeless. Somebody may talk about sports star. Just a sports person wants to go to Olympic, doesn't have enough money to buy their own equipment or travel. You can do crowdfunding. SDG tag is 1 and 9. Well, 9 is about innovation and 1 is about no poverty. Nobody is left behind. Crowdfunding is an amazing concept where the community comes together to raise money. Read a lot about crowdfunding. How do you make a crowdfunding thing is very interesting. So the first thing is you need a cause. After the cause, you need a small story to put across. Then have real photographs, testimonials, a little detail on it, videos to share, and then the campaign can have own digital space. Like you can have an Insta page or a Facebook page where people go and email to contact you, and you are set on crowdfunding. So here is one charity I would love to work on, a cloud drive, something you like to do, whatever close to it, and make it like a project. Maybe it's not just theoretical. Why don't you do a physical project? I have done a physical project on giving footwear. All of us have extra shoes at home we never use. How about giving something good? I know your Nike shoes are very dear to you, but what about just giving one pair you were never used anyway? Or donating your stuffed toys or any toys to people who will value and appreciate it. These are some amazing things we can do. Another very interesting crowdfunding exercise that's been really been done is pizzas for heroes. We've got our brave soldiers fighting for them. How about raising some money and sending some pizzas to them, or selling pizzas and getting money and giving it to a cause? Can be anything. I've given a lot of examples. I put it in $75, or the idea is not the money. The idea is to do something. I remember as a child, I had these cricket bats signed by cricketers, and I had to go door to door, collect money, give it back, and the bat would be as a gift or a prize. Idea is I want you to teach your children how to do a new way of crowdfunding. Get a cause and do that either with money, with gifts, with kinds. Ideally, you can just do it. Toys, gift away something. I know a crowdfunding source where they gift away your old discarded mobile phones. There's so much of digital gadgets in our house, we never give it away. Finally, my favorite crowdfunding exercise is anything to do with animal rescue. And here again, remember last time I made you the CEO? I want you to think like a CEO of a non-profit organization for animal rescue. You can think of a budget, hire 10 people, two vans. What would you do? Would you go around picking up stray cats and rehabilitating them? Or what about street dogs? Or what about raccoons in Australia? Or what about monkeys in some part of India? It could be anything you want to speak about. You are going to create an organization. There is something called Animal Tales as an organization. How about naming your organization, creating a logo, a cause, anything you can speak about? Just awareness about these animals will be wonderful. Birds, for that matter. I'm part of an organization called Golden Sparrow. Sparrows are so almost endangered today. How about 20th March is the World Sparrow Day? Do anything around it. Do a crowdfunding source. Help a four-legged friend or winged friend, something that they'll be thankful to you about. And this is all that I have on the Candle Green book. Let's get the greenery around. I have a green t-shirt for that matter, if you didn't notice. And all that good that you can teach is what will make the world a better place. The SDGs, we are already in decade of action. I hope you take this forward with your friends, with your circles, and your students primarily. Good luck, all the best.